Hi everyone, and welcome to part 1 of our Brass Masterclass series for Heatwave Drum and Bugle Corps. Today we're talking about the most important fundamental in brass playing, and that is breathing. Breathing might seem too basic to need training because we literally do it all day, every day. But here's the truth. Just because breathing is natural doesn't mean we're doing it efficiently. And playing a brass instrument requires a completely different level of breath control than everyday breathing. So today, I'm going to show you the difference between unconscious breathing and manual breathing, why that matters for brass playing, and how you can start training your air like a brass athlete. Let's jump in. First, let's define the two types of breathing. Unconscious breathing is what your body does automatically. It happens without you thinking about it. Your diaphragm moves down, your ribs expand a little, and you take in just enough oxygen to stay alive. This kind of breathing is perfect for living, but it is not enough to support a high-quality brass sound. The type of breathing we need for brass performance is called manual breathing. That's when we consciously engage the muscles around our lungs, like the intercostals, the abdominal wall, and the lower ribs, to take in more air more efficiently and with control. The best way to think about this is the difference between walking and marching. You already know how to walk, your body does it automatically. But marching requires technique, training, and intention. Breathing is the same way. We already know how to breathe, but if we want it to serve our performance, we have to train it. Let's take a moment to feel the difference. First, just take a normal, relaxed, unconscious breath. No change in posture, no extra effort. Just breathe in like you would if you were sitting and scrolling on your phone. Now let's switch to manual breathing. Sit or stand tall. Let the breath expand low and wide. Feel the muscles around your ribs and sides more outward while your shoulders stay relaxed. That is a trained breath. If you felt more expansion, more volume, and more control, that's what we want. This is step 1. Knowing the difference. So, why does this matter? Everything you do on a brass instrument is powered by air. Air determines your volume, your tone quality, your intonation, your endurance, and your consistency. If you're not controlling your breath, you're not controlling your sound. Manual breathing gives you a full tank of air at the beginning of the phrase, a steady flow that supports resonance, and the ability to take fast, controlled, efficient breaths in the middle of phrases without tension. Brass playing is not just about blowing harder, it's about using high quality air with purpose. Before we start practicing, I want to point out a common mistake. When people take a big breath, they often lift their shoulders, tighten their neck, and strain. This does not give you more air, it just gives you more tension. A full breath comes from expanding low and wide, not from lifting up. Think of filling up a balloon in your torso, not shrugging your shoulders. Now let's talk about the beginning breath. This is the breath you take right before you play, and it sets up everything that follows. I teach a 2-count inhale whenever possible. Here's how it works. Imagine you have the metronome counting down from 8. When you get to count 2, you begin inhaling. Count 2, count 1, and you're full and ready to play on the downbeat. That breath should feel full, relaxed, and silent. No tension, no hesitation, no shoulder lift. Just efficient air. One of my favorite drills to train the inhale is the balloon exercise. For this, the goal is not to play, it's just to breathe. You'll take your 2-count inhale, fill up as much as possible, and immediately transfer that air into the balloon. The focus is the inhale, not how hard you blow. This teaches you to take in a big, fast, and efficient breath without hesitation. If your shoulders rise or your neck tightens, stop and reset. That tension will follow you into your sound.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Once you understand how to take a great breath, we bring the horn in. Step 1, take your 2-count breath and play a long tone. Your goal is to sustain a full, resonant, characteristic sound for as long as possible. Don't worry about how long it is. Just notice where your breath feels full and where it feels empty. This builds awareness of your air tank and it trains consistency. Next, we're going to meter out the exhale. First, we do this without the horn. Take your 2-count breath and blow air while using your arms to measure 16 counts. Make sure the air is steady, even, and controlled. Then, we'll do the same exercise in 8 counts. Finally, bring that same breath control into your long tones on the horn. The goal is not just to hold the sound, but to control the quality of the sound at every stage of the breath.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
'A quick reminder, the proper way to release a long tone is to breathe in, not to cut the sound off. The air stops, the vibration stops, and the tone ends cleanly. One last note. If you ever start to feel lightheaded during breathing exercises, stop and rest. That's normal. When you breathe deeply and rapidly, you change the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in your blood. That's the same thing that happens during heavy cardio. It's not dangerous, but it is a sign to slow down and reset.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Everything we do on brass begins with air. If the breath is right, everything else becomes easier. If the breath is wrong, everything else becomes harder. Your assignment is to practice manual breathing every day, even without your instrument. Use the exercises and worksheets linked below and start paying attention to the way you breathe. In the next video, we'll start applying these concepts directly to sound production and embouchure development. Thanks for watching. Now go breathe with purpose. See you in the next video.